Hello and welcome to a foggy day here in the Corsa Morela Grand Prix, where you are joining us in the first quali session of Corsa Morela. After a while, as we did take a long break, we have three drivers with us: Matrix Shub, Joshua Williams, and Doppelganger. Remember, each driver does have dry boats and wet boats. I don't know what they are, but just do it, and I don't quite care. Anyways, quali 1 will start soon with 13 minutes on the clock for the drivers to go ahead and do their quali sessions. Now everybody has to go into the pits before I start the quali session. Joshua Williams peels into the pits and Doppelganger as well. Quali will start. Where's Arnold?
I'm here.
Okay. Quali will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Quali has started as Matrix Troop is the first one now. Doppelganger and Joshua Williams just chilling in the pits there. Matrix Troop, the creator of this track, giving a bit of heat into his boat there. Now this track, although not the best in visualization, as you can see with all the stands and the trees, it is actually, in my opinion, one of the best layouts for an FM1 track, with very, very interesting and strong turns. And it's Matrix Troop starting his flying lap from his outlap. I'm pretty sure Doppelganger is also watching this. He starts the second sector really, really quick here. There it is, Matrix Troop with a good pace round the corners here. Let's see what times he can get. He did get sub 19 in the LeBron James circuit. Let's see if he can do around the same performance in this one as well. 22-28 for Matrix Troop for his first lap there. Very strong lap, as we do see the conditions here in Corsa Morela a bit chilly. That means the track will be a bit more slippery for the drivers here. It's Matrix Troop going down the turns into the last triple chicane before finishing his second flying lap for 22:33, slower by around 5 hundredths of a second, almost nearing 1 minute of his 1 minute and 30, which means soon the other drivers will be able to go out. This is Q1, of course, so we're just seeing him try and get as much speed out of each corner, try and perfect his laps from each turn. 23:64 for that second lap, a bit wide into turn 1 there. It is going to be close. He gets a knock into that one. That might ruin his lap a bit, because if he does get enough of a speed as he crosses the line, he might be able to get one more lap off. It's going to be close. It's at 27 seconds here. And I'm pretty sure, no, this will be his last lap as he peels into the pits, meaning his fastest lap will be a 22:28. Joshua Williams would be the second one out if he's present on his boat. There it is, Joshua Williams going out for his quality session. 22:28 for Matrix Troop. Strong lap from him, but let's see what Joshua Williams can do with that. Now, all the drivers are a bit rusty here, as we haven't raced in a while, but I do see that the drivers are warming up a bit here. Joshua Williams seeming to be quick in the last sector there compared to the first two for his outlap, as he starts his flying lap here into turn 1. Not as wide as Matrix Troop did in one of the later sessions in his first outing. Is Joshua Williams down the double hairpin into the right-hander here. Ooh, very good line into that one. Just a bit of a hit into that corner, as we just see him finish off his first lap for 20:92, 2 seconds faster from Matrix Troop, which means he officially gets provisional pole. But let's see what if he'll go into the pits or will Joshua, I'm presuming I'm lagging.
Yep, you're good now.
I didn't get that second lap, I'm sorry. But Joshua, 20:92, I did get that lap in. So that's one unrecorded lap. I'm very, very sorry, but I couldn't do anything. We'll start again from now. There we go. Joshua Williams starting his third lap here in Corsa Morella. As we just see him go down the turns here, he still has around 30 seconds left. Let's see if he can do anything with this limited amount of time going down the turns here. It seems like he still wants to get a faster time. 20:43 faster by 5/10 of a second. A very good lap from Joshua Williams here, but this will be his last lap as it has reached the 1 minute 30 for Joshua Williams here. Going down the turns. Up next will be Doppelganger as Joshua just peels into the pits. A bit of a slow entry there, but that is Joshua with a time of 20:43. A very strong lap from him. Provisional pole for Joshua Williams. Doppelganger is allowed out now. He is allowed out. We have 8 minutes left of Q1. Doppelganger is the only one who hasn't gotten a lap in yet. But Matrix Shub with a 22:28 might make the beat a bit more confident and Matrix Shub a bit more worried. Now, compared to Joshua Williams, Matrix Shub's lap is a bit lackluster, but let's see if he can improve after Doppelganger's session. A good turn into turn one there, a bit of a hit into that chicane, but as he goes on here into the double hairpin, as we just see him, ooh, very good line into that. Will he hit the corner like Joshua did? No, he cleans it, makes it smooth, and as Jeremy Clarkson says, smooth is fast. That's a time of 21:48 for Doppelganger there. A very strong lap, faster than Matrix Shoe, but not fast enough for Joshua Williams. 21:48 for Doppelganger so far as he goes down their turns here. Let's see where he will be into the last corner as he crosses the line for a time. Oh, I'm lagging.
Oh,
Joshua Williams had to spread this disease. I do not know where is Doppelganger.
hmm.
Nobody's on my screen. It's just me flying around. Oh, there's Doppelganger. I do see him. Anyways, that was a time of 2080 for Doppelganger there. 4/10 away from Joshua Williams, the one recorded lap that is. Uh, so 2080 for Doppelganger. Which was this track that's a bit laggy for me.
And I don't know what's up with the voice. Should we halt quality for a few minutes?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. Just
That beat
give me
still
10
has
minutes.
like 50 seconds of his quality. Mm, mm, mm.
Woo!
We're gonna wait until my internet decides to recover. Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
I
can you
mean,
invite me
this
or
is
no?
just cool. Okay. Yeah. No one said I'm gonna finish last.
Oh,
Okay,
can you
by the way,
invite me or
I've
no?
never retired from any race in my career.
Mm, F1.
What F1, bro? The beat literally DNFs like every single like first lap
Oh,
in F1. Remember Hungary with Rice W. Remember that.
anyways, the clock for Q1 shall start once everybody but the beats in the pits. Let's see this.
How much time does W have?
50 seconds. And Q1 has resumed. He will start his flying lap from now. with a time of 2080. Doppelganger has gotten P2, but is 4 tenths away from Joshua Williams here. Let's see what he can do with this lap. He's got a few practice laps in from my technical problems, but here he is down the turns here as he will cross the line for a time of 21:93, not being able to decrease his time. He's got maybe one more lap. This might be his last lap here. He's on 35 seconds. I'm not sure if he just crosses the line just behind 50 seconds. He will be able to go one more. And he's at 40. That means he's able to go one more lap. That's a time of 22:18 for Doppelganger. A bit slower than before. Oh, the last lap might have been ruined with that knock there. But here it is, Doppelganger rounding the turns. Big pressure on Matrix Troop to improve his laps. He's 2 seconds down from Doppelganger's fastest lap. And 2 seconds and 4 tenths away from Joshua Williams. That's Doppelganger into the pits. So the time for Doppelganger is 20:80. Matrix Troop 22:43. And Joshua Williams
22, 22, 23.
22:23, and Joshua Williams 20:43, something like that. Anyways, is Matrix finishing his outlap in Q1 here. 4 minutes left on the clock. Shenanigans on the pit exit for the two other drivers. Is Matrix going down the double hairpin? Let's see what he can do to try and shave off some time. Now I must remind him he can use sprint. It is not cheating. So just to remind you, you can use sprint. And he knocks into that turn, finishing his time for 23:42. Not fast enough to cut any time off there. Matrix Troop seems to be a bit faster on this lap. Let's see what he can do again. Spiritual Ice Spice. Don't know what that's about, but here it is. It's Matrix Troop rounding the last corners. Let's see if he can improve in this turn. And he finishes for a time of 22:75, improving on his previous lap, but not getting his fastest lap yet. Matrix Troop still struggling there, a bit wide into that turn, a bit better into the second hairpin. Let's see what line he takes. Oh, a bit of a knock, just like Joshua Williams, into that corner as he will finish it for a time of 23:32, slower than before. Matrix Troop struggling to cut a bit of time in these corners. He's trying to find the best way around here, but it seems like it's a bit too slow. Let's see what he can do with this lap. This will be his last lap, and he's finished with a time of 22:46. Not fast enough to get to beat his personal best so far in this track today, meaning he will go into the pits still in P3. There is still 2 minutes left in Q1. Matrix Troop into the pits he goes. That means Joshua Williams will be able to go out to spend a few minutes for Q1 here. Maybe to try and improve his time of 20:43. And there is Joshua Williams rounding the corners here. And he's gonna start his flying lap. A very, very fast into turn one there, very wide as well. As we just see him cross turn. Oh, very quick into the double hairpin. As we just see him take these turns. Now this is the turn a bit struggling where he hits that corner, but this time it does seem a bit more smoother as he crosses the line for a time of 20:77. Not fast enough to beat his previous fastest time. As we see Joshua Williams going down the turns here, it's going to be one of the last few minutes as there is 1 minute 18 on the clock here. Question is, Joshua usually only does one lap before going in, but no, he continues on to finish the second lap for 21:19, not being able to go fast enough as he just goes into the double hairpin here. Josh the bucket and enjoy. Anyways, we continue on Will he take up all the time? It does seem so as he crosses the line for a time of 20:69. Not fast enough to beat his fastest lap, but fast enough to beat his fast lap in this session. It's Joshua Williams rounding the corners here. You can see the determination as he swings the boat around to try and attack the corners a bit more faster as he finishes this lap for a time of 21:49. Just slower, but this will be his last lap. He can finish this lap, and that will be it for Joshua Williams here as he goes round the turns here. And will he finish the lap or will he go into the pits? He's going to finish the lap. It's Joshua Williams rounding the last corner, getting a time of 20:36, just improving the time and ending Q1 with Doppelganger pushing Matrix Shub out and Joshua Williams going into Q2 with Doppelganger there.
I am so washed. How am I getting times of 21?
Okay, Josh. Bro, he's calling himself washed when his slowest time is literally faster than all of our time. Okay.
We're we're gonna start Q2 right now with Doppelganger and Joshua Williams starting it off. Now Matrix Shoop's gonna be my co-commentator here as he has nothing much else to do. Now Matrix Shoop, you were on the track a minute ago. Now can you tell me a bit of the struggles, in this track with how the conditions are and all?
I don't know, I just couldn't get grips with the boat and just really slippery out there. Tough conditions and yeah, just a bit of that like rustiness from me as well. So quite difficult to manage out there.
Yeah, well, it is quite a cold morning here in Corsa Morela, so the track will be a bit harder to heat up. But so far, what are your estimations on the fastest lap possible around this track?
I feel like with how everything is going, somebody will break into the 19s, the sub 20s slash like mid 19s.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somebody could break into that territory. I don't know who would do it, but I'm putting my money on Josh to do that.
Well, I feel quite the same actually, because the lap so far in this track has been a bit mediocre, maybe because of the rustiness. But for that first lap, the beat got a 24:73. Second lap, he got a 22:06, which is provisional pole for now for Q2. But with how the laps were counting in previous times, I don't think that's gonna hold for long, as you know.
Yeah.
23:32 for the beat on that third lap. Now, any comments on the lines the drivers are taking throughout this track?
I mean, I've just started observing them. They pretty much are pretty similar to each other, but yeah, I just need to analyze them a bit more because I just started paying attention to these lines. But from what I'm seeing, Doppelganger's line is somewhat similar in like the double hairpin section, even though I was struggling there. Maybe I just got like a bad exit out of those corners, which slowed me down.
And this will be Doppelganger's last lap as he has to go into the pits with his 1 minute 30 done. But just a bit of news, he almost broke sub 20s with that second last lap. He got a 20:05 for that second last lap. The last lap being a 21:66, meaning Doppelganger has officially broken Joshua Williams' provisional pole Q1 time of 20:36. That means Joshua has a bigger job to do. Oh, there's rain as well. Oh, and guess what, Joshua Williams? I didn't even plan this. But
I guess I have to pounce on this opportunity.
that means the drivers have to
Oh,
switch into
look at
wet
that.
tires.
Doppelganger is gonna be in front and may start another lap because he has parked his boat with his wet tire in
Yeah,
first.
Ref,
Joshua
So-
Williams
Ref.
has already gotten in as well with his
ref,
dry
have a
boat.
word with him.
which means Doppelganger's allowed to go out unless he wants to wait. Which does seem he's just blocking up. Nah, he's allowing Joshua Williams pass, but
Great sportsmanship. Great
it is
sportsmanship.
quite a heavy rain. Actually, it was very sudden too. Do you see the rain here? It is actually pouring it out.
Yeah, this is like monsoon type of conditions. No red flags though, which is good. You can
Exactly.
see these drivers excel in such conditions.
I can barely see ahead of me.
Yeah, the
Okay,
visibility
Josh.
has lowered actually. If you think about it, look at the fog. It's built up a bit here, but the rain does seem to have been picked up here, which is a bit crazy. And with the new vibrant visuals, it means it looks a lot better. Joshua Williams getting a time of 20:31, beating his fastest lap from Q1, but not beating Doppelganger's time of 20:05. It is going to be very, very hard for Joshua to do it in these conditions. He's got the wet boat on, but with the visibility here, it's going to be really difficult here. As he takes a bit of a wide line into that triple chicane with a time of 20:17 for that second lap, improving on his fastest lap, but not being able to beat that time of Doppelganger. We might be able to see Doppelganger on the first steps of pole position after Joshua Williams' domination in that position for so long. But let's see what Joshua Williams can do. Now, I just want to get a bit of feedback from Matrix Shub, as Joshua picked up a 20:67 on that lap. Do you think we can see Doppelganger on the top step of pole position here in Corsa Morela?
Personally, I do not know what's gonna happen, but I feel like Josh is gonna beat Doppelganger's time and break into the 19th first out of the two drivers.
I mean, with what's happening right now, this will be his last lap, by the way. He's getting sub 20, high 20s actually. His last lap was 20:89. Let's see what he can do with this lap as he crosses the line wide into that triple chicane. 20:70, meaning he actually ends this run with the fastest time being 20:17, which is a bit crazy as he's known to beat sub 19s in almost every track. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, this is quite a astonishing event we're witnessing right now. Joshua not being able to
You're out, David.
improve
You can go.
and beat the other drivers' times. Is this a sign of him falling out of his prime, or does this mean that this is just him showing that, hey, I'm just taunting Doppelganger and will unleash a very fast lap just in the brink of time?
Well, I don't think that's gonna be possible because there's actually 1 minute left in the session and the beats are actually occupying it, meaning this is actually basically locked in Doppelganger into Q1, into pole position here in Corsa Morela. The rain spelled this disaster for Joshua as he had to go into the pits to switch his boat, but I'm pretty sure it's been a bit against him. This was it this time anyways. A time of 21:18 for Doppelganger here, as this will be his last lap as the session will end in 9 seconds. It is a very, very dominating pole position for Doppelganger here, as we just see him cross the line. Let's see if he can make a bit of a statement. No, he can't. Time of 22:66 for that for that last lap. But that's Doppelganger getting pole position in Corsa Morela after such a long time of Joshua Williams' dominance. Is Doppelganger getting a time of 20:05 for pole position in Corsa Morela?
I'm a bit disappointed that none of these two drivers could break into the 19s.
Yeah,
That's quite
yeah.
that's quite bad of them.
That's yeah. I mean, Dabi, can you do the race? If not, we'll just go into interviews. We cannot. Okay, we'll do like a short interview then. Here we are going to interview P1, the Doppelganger. Arnov, you're not sure
Yes.
if you can do late night, right?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I still need to wait if there's anything happening.
Okay, we'll hope you can. Anyways, here we are interviewing. Well, Arnov can co-commentate with me, here on the sides. Was it interviewing P1 finisher Doppelganger? Good, congratulations.
Congratulations, Doppelganger.
Yeah, I mean, as Matrix Shoop said, it's a bit disappointing. We couldn't see any drivers beat sub 19. But my question to you is, Doppelganger, with this pole position, are you gonna be bringing anything exciting into the race tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Well. Yeah. Or no, if you go. You go on.
Okay. I just have one question. This pole position, and potentially you could be winning this race with that advantage. Do you think that's gonna break Josh's whole, just his whole prime, and almost just end it off and make the sport look up to you as the next great?
Oh. I, I, I just want to butt in like really quickly. I think we should have Arnov do reporting business. He'll do the reports, and then I just do the comment. I just do commentating. And just continue. Ooh.
Ooh.
I actually got an interesting question. If you think about it, none of you guys have gotten, was it, you're a bit all rusty basically. If you're all rusty and the beat's beating Joshua, if the beat puts in the practice, I mean, we could be looking at like a very strong title ship fight. Wouldn't you say so, Arnov? Like, would it? I already see Joshua. I saw him into turn one. He's literally practicing out there right now. I saw him going
You
into
you
turn
you
one.
could hear his boat just going like.
No, but yeah, like, wouldn't you agree with me, Arnov? Like, with how everybody's rusty, if the beat is beating him when everybody's rusty, it just shows that he's got more raw potential.
Yeah, that is true, but like it's all up for the race. It just all the points come on the race, not on qualifying. So we only get a real answer that time. But just a quick question. So as we can see, you're in Rusty's Pani Pui. Is that, am I saying that correct? Okay. Yeah, and Josh is obviously in LeBron James. If we get an extra fourth driver, could we see both of you being teammates in the future?
Whoa.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Well, congratulations. Yeah. Okay. 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 Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations on pole
Thank you.
position.
Joshua Williams.
Okay. Well, here we
I
are.
have some answers. I have some very big answers
Yeah,
over here.
Josh hasn't really been vocal, and
Get
was
get
it?
get the questions
And
flowing.
now
Get
that
the
the beat
questions
is
flowing.
leaving, uh, the Josh has a bit more, he has a bit more privacy for these questions. So come on,
Oh
I
yeah.
spilled it to you guys.
Was it? Yeah. Here we are interviewing second place. Qualifier Joshua Williams. Joshua. Now we did hear a bit of banter in the Panipui pits, but you're not really vocal usually in interviews, but I'm hoping you are this time.
Oh yeah.
what do you think about the banter a bit in the Panipuri? You know.
Consistency beats fluke every single time.
No, this is why I came back on the corner. This is why I came back on the corner. I knew it.
Okay,
I
Arnold,
knew
Guys,
continue on.
homework.
Continue on.
Okay.
Continue on. Yeah.
Josh. You need to look me in the eyes, okay?
Oh,
Look
okay.
me
This
in
is a
the
bit
eyes.
gay.
No,
First
that
question.
was not the question.
Okay, not that close, not that close. Do you see yourself being, or do you see Doppelganger being a huge threat from now on in this stage of the season, as he has just gotten a pretty dominant pole position?
Hell no. Hell no. Dominant? Are you dominant?
Wow.
Dominant.
No, Josh. Let's talk about off the shoulder, Josh. Don't bring it up, Josh.
I mean,
No, 23 laps, Josh. 23 laps, Josh.
0.12 seconds faster.
down.
0.12 seconds
Sit
faster.
down. Sit down,
Okay.
Josh.
okay. Well, in the other pits, yeah, we did hear, you know, some statistics. You know how everybody's rusty, and you know the being better when you're rusty. My question to you is, do you think the practice that you do is what makes you a good driver, or is it just the talent you put out? That's my question.
100%. My fault for not practicing. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm winning.
No,
I'm
take a
winning.
minute.
I'm winning the race.
Wow.
Any questions, Arnold?
You're not staying one lap in this run.
No,
You're not.
I think Josh has been quite vocal about. I think Josh has been quite vocal. I don't think I have any more questions. He's given all of my answers.
Okay, well, I got a last one, yeah. With Doppelganger being ahead of you in the start of the race, is there any game plan you're cooking up, or you know, having in your mind to possibly pass him, and you know, anything whatsoever for tomorrow's race?
I'm not letting this guy get into P1 for more than one lap. I was looking you in the eyes when I say that. I was looking you in the eyes when I say that. This guy is not finishing above P2. He's not finishing above P2.
Okay, I'll take your word. Well, was it? It is very a hectic interview here, but good luck in the next race. As the same to Doppelganger. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
I don't need luck.
No. Take that. You don't need that aura, Josh. You don't need that aura. Put it back.
Okay, we'll end it here. Very good qualifying session for interviews, anyways.